Hey artists, welcome to the second step of your Buildings Around project. We're moving up and growing our buildings here, so you have the basic concept already. We just did the first layer last week, so now what we're doing is we're putting buildings behind those first layers. We're going to add some depth by just adding taller buildings. Now these buildings should be medium sized. Some of them will be taller, some of them shorter. I think the key is to leave some room for very tall buildings in the back behind this layer that you're going to do this week. So the next layer won't have quite as many buildings. It'll be more selective. So some of these buildings this week you can make a little taller and some of them shorter. And then next week you can add very tall ones kind of in between to fill in the gaps. And you'll see what I mean when you see mine finished here, that there's some gaps that I can put some nice tall buildings into. So the concept remains the same. You're doing details. You want your buildings to look not real. This is very stylized because it's around a circle, but you want them to have real aspects to them so that those details just make your artwork more believable, more recognizable. And so I'm using references for all of these buildings I'm drawing. Yes, I'm making changes as I go, but I'm definitely, referring to very specific design aspects. And then just along the way, I'm making changes that, I think would look better or, work better because I can't put the infinite amount of details that are in a real building. So I make changes along the way. So your goal this week is to get this second layer done in pencil. I know that things are going to start to get confusing visually. Being able to separate the first layer from the second layer. Trust me, we'll do that in our final step when we color, when we outline, when we refine things. All that will come together at the end. Right now, you're just getting your structures in place, so don't get anxious about wanting to put shading and wanting to put color. Don't do it yet. Trust me. Let's just get all of our parts in place, and then we'll be ready at the end to go back with color, to go back, do outlines. However you want to finish it is going to be up to you. So one other thing I want to point out as you're watching this is that you'll see that I'm using a ruler a lot more, and I'm using my compass a lot more to just keep all of my lines straight, my structures even, the tops following that curve around the middle. Like I said last week, you don't have to follow that curve, but I think it just gives it a much more stylized feeling if you use that. One thing I will encourage you to definitely use is to use the ruler from your center point to show that, to keep your radial lines and the sides of your buildings and your windows and all that straight out and keep consistency in your structures. If you don't use those radial lines and you try to freehand it, you might come close, but it's not going to look as good as if you use your straight edge. So I want to encourage you to use your straight edge. So enjoy the video. Look forward to seeing what you guys got. I'm looking forward to putting the final touches on this next week and adding color. So enjoy, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have to share.